Re-
Just a second. Connected. Okay. All right. Here we go. We've got 30 minutes of yoga ahead of us. So we'll just do a nice stretchy flow here. So we'll get started on the back today. So instead of bringing the soles of your feet together, I stack one foot behind the other as I come down to my back. So it's kind of like a little crisscross on the back. If it feels better to have the soles of your feet together, then by all means, have the soles of your feet together. Otherwise, take that little crisscross shape, just pick an ankle to start with. And then you can take your hands over the head and just grab opposite elbows. If anything feels too intense in this shape, then obviously just adjust and take the shape that works for you. But I find that this just stretches a little bit more through my thighs, and it feels nice to have the chest open. And then when you find the shape that's working for you, take a deep, full breath through your heart space, all the way into the pit of your belly. And then open up, exhale, just let that breath go. Another deep, full inhale, just like that, feeling the chest and the belly rise with that inhale. Open up, exhale, just let it go. And find your breath here. Connect to it. Notice the tiny movements and the reactions in the body with every inhale and exhale. And as your mind starts to settle, know that if it ever begins to really chatter and get loud again as we're practicing, you can always come back to the breath as your anchor. Now just switch the cross of the feet and the cross of the arms. And notice the sensations on this side of the body. And that's one of the things about our yoga practice, is that it allows us to slow down enough to really tune in. So just notice without any sense of awareness or without any sense of judgment, with full awareness, how we're feeling and what our body needs. And take a breath in. Exhale that out. On the inhale, reach overhead, extend the legs long, take a full body stretch. Let your low back pop up off the mat. And then as you release, walk your feet over to the bottom left corner of your mat. Maybe your right ankle stacks on top of your left, and just wiggle the top of the torso over to the top left corner. So think banana shape in the body. Left hand can wrap around the right wrist if that would feel good. You want to keep the right hip and the right shoulder square to the earth. If it doesn't feel good to have the right ankle stacked over the left, maybe it feels better to have left stacked over right. So just notice the sensations and the openings, or the opening through the ribs and the right side of the body with this. Inhale, walk it back through center. And let's move over to the other side. So then feet come over to the right bottom corner. Top of the torso kind of wiggles to the right. So now I've got my left ankle crossed over my right. My right hand's got a hold of my left wrist. Just a little gentle traction here. Hips and shoulders stay squared, open. Just think that side body opening. And it's okay if it's not symmetrical. Inhale, draw back through center. On the exhale, hug your right knee in, bring your hands around your shin, leave your left leg long. Just hug right knee towards chest. You can roll the ankle a few times if that would feel good. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find a twist. Left hand guides right knee across the body. Right arm reaches out to the side. Try to work the right shoulder towards the ground. Look at the right hand as you take this twist. Inhale back through center. And just switch out the legs. Left knee hugs in, right leg goes long. Nice tight squeeze. Maybe the knee drops out just a little bit to the outside of the ribs. Breathe in. Exhale, guide it across the body. Right hand guides the knee, left shoulder works towards the earth. And inhale, draw back through center. Hug both knees in. This time, rock a bit along your spine. Make some circles through the knees. Now rock and roll a few times. Let's come all the way up to a seat. And as you come up to a seat, extend your right leg long, left foot to the inside of the thigh. So think tree shape here. You can have a little bend in that right knee, but big deep inhale lengthens your spine. As you exhale, take your fold over your right leg. Breathe into the right hamstring. Inhale, rise. Now take the right knee, bend it back behind you. Think Z sit, so you can adjust the legs however you need here. Big, deep, full inhale. As you exhale, twist to the left, so your right hand finds your left thigh, left hand's back by your left hip. That right hip's gonna kind of rotate and lift as you look back over your left shoulder. And come back through center. Big, full, deep breath in. Exhale, fold over your left shin. Breathe into the outside of that left hip. You can always have a block under your forehead, but if it feels okay to just let gravity take hold of the head here, it stretches out all the fascia on the back of your neck. Inhale, slowly rise. Let's just switch out the legs. So now my left leg comes long, my right foot comes to the inside. So same thing, that seated tree. Big deep inhale, sit tall. Exhale, find a fold over that left hamstring. Again, you can have a bend in the left knee if that feels good. Inhale, rise. We'll find the Z sit on this side. So just bend that left knee back behind you. So think like roughly 90 degrees in each knee. Big deep inhale as you exhale, twist over to the right. Look back over your right shoulder. Let your left hip pop forward just a bit. And really get a nice stretch down side body and through the torso. Unwind back through center, full deep breath in. As you exhale, you fold over the right shin. So now you might feel sensation on the outside of that right glute, along the hip. And inhale, rise. We'll unwind, meet in tabletop. Shoulders stack, hips stack. Sway the hips a bit from side to side. Maybe some cat cows. So just find organic movement. Then slide your right leg behind you, press your right heel towards the ground, stretch through the right calf here. Step the right leg over the left, but we tuck it right behind to find our crisscross child's pose. So just send the hips down and behind. The head get heavy, reach through your fingertips. Breath in. Exhale, press yourself back up. Right knee taps right tricep, step to the outside of that right foot. We move up to a kneeling lunge from here. So hands can find the quad. Shoulders roll down the back. Sink into that left hip flexor. You can engage the left glute and you'll really feel the counter action on the front side of that leg through the hip flexor. And if you've got blocks, you can grab those if you want, but be big, deep, full inhale. As you exhale, send your hips back for a half split. So flex the right toes, really anchor that right hip back in line with the left. Big deep breath in, lengthens the spine. The exhale folds over that right hamstring. Another deep breath in. Exhale it forward, frame that front foot, tuck your left toes, take your right leg back, downward facing dog, pedal it out. Take an inhale. As you exhale back down to your tabletop, slide your left foot behind you, stretch out your calf. And tuck that left knee behind right, find that crisscross child's pose. Hips come back. Feel the stretch on the outside of that right hip. Slide it forward. As you unwind, left knee taps left tricep, step that foot down, find your kneeling lunge as you rise. So hands can come again to quad if you'd like. We're just settling into that right hip flexor from here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, frame the front foot, send your hips behind you, find your half split. Lengthen out through your spine as you draw that left hip back in line with your right. So we have this tendency to want to jack that hip forward. Can you square them as much as possible and then fold? Another breath here. Slide it forward, frame that front foot, step it back, find your downward facing dog, pedal it out, or just hold some stillness here. Work the chest towards the thighs. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slide forward into your high plank. Knees come to the earth, lower your belly to the mat. Inhale, lift through your heart, baby cobra. Elbows roll towards one another. Deep, full breath in. Exhale, release. Send your right cheek to the mat. Take your arms out to a cactus shape. Straighten out through your right arm. So I want you to think elbow and shoulder, think like T shape. You're reaching out to the side. Your right cheek is on the mat. Your right arm is straight. Left hand comes in front of your chest. We roll open onto that right shoulder, kicking that left leg up and back, or you find a fetal position. So just getting a really nice stretch through the shoulder and the pec. On the right side, be careful not to overstretch here. Very carefully unwind back to belly. And let's find a crocodile pose. So just lift your head, stack your forearms, let your forehead settle onto the forearms, let your feet fall open. Again, a nice release for your low back. Just for a few breaths to reset between sides. And when you're on your belly, it's a chance just to notice the different sensations on, or the pressure on the body, on the ground when you're on your belly versus your back, to just from a place of connecting and awareness and being present. Take another breath in. As you exhale, release crocodile. Left ear comes to the mat. My left arm extends out to the side. So think T shape. Right hand in front of your chest, roll open. And again, you can kick that right leg up and over, or you can always come into fetal position with your legs, and it just makes it a little less intense. So notice if you need to back off, if you've gone too far, or after that initial wall and reaction, if you can maybe move just a little bit deeper with your breath. Another inhale. As you exhale, gently roll back to belly. Let's find one more little crocodile here. So stack opposite arm on top this time. Let your feet fall open. And release. Meet me in Sphinx pose. So elbows can stack under shoulders. If you feel any crunchiness in your back, then you just slide the shoulders a little bit more forward and it decreases the bend in the spine. But if you can, spread the fingers wide, root down, lift through the crown of your head, draw your chest forward and through. Get a little back bend with this. Now, if you'd like, we can come into a half frog from here. So slide the left knee up in line with your left hip. Think 90-degree angle in the knee and the hip. You can stay up in Sphinx for a little bit more sensation, or you can always lower the head to the mat, your choice. But let the left hip just settle towards the earth. Instead of gripping, notice where you're might be gripping, especially around the glute or through the foot, and just release that grip and allow the body to soften. Another breath here. As you exhale, slide the left foot back in line with the right, and let's just switch sides. Half frog on the right. Might feel different on this side. Maybe the arms are getting fatigued. If that's the case, you can just let your body sink into this Sphinx. Don't feel like you have to have a super active Sphinx the whole time. Another inhale. As you exhale, slide that right leg back in line with the left. And then we'll just roll to the back from here. You don't have to sit up or move. You'll just be facing the back of the room, which is totally fine. Walk your heels back towards your glutes. Walk your feet mat width apart. Open your arms out to a T and just let your knees windshield wiper from side to side. And now draw back through center. And cross the right leg completely over the left. So think eagle legs. So I've got a tight cross. You might have to lift your head up, I do, to reach to the outside either of your shins or your ankles or the outside edges of your feet. And then let your head come back down. So this is like a deep IT band outer hip stretch. So you can kind of adjust where your legs are, where your feet are, and find that sweet spot. You'll feel most likely a lot of sensation on the outside of the left leg. Another inhale. As you exhale, let's unwind. Find a happy baby here. So you can grab the backside of your thighs, your big toes, or your feet, your choice, inner or outer edges of the feet. Rock just a bit. Now release. And we'll switch sides. So right leg crosses over left or whichever leg you didn't do last time. And then catch the feet, the ankles, the shins, and find your stretch. Head is on the ground. Tailbone is long, so spine is long. Take another breath in. As you exhale, release, unwind the legs. Take your arms out to a T, let the knees fall to the right, find a spinal twist. Take a look at the left hand and let your gaze settle there. Inhale, draw back through center. As you exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Look at your right hand. Inhale, draw back through center. Hug the knees tight into the chest. Wrap the arms around your shins. Draw your nose to your knees. Breathe in. And as you exhale, release. Find Shavasana. Feet fall open, the palms open, and an easy breath moves through the body. Then on an inhale, bring awareness back into the body. Find movement through fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Maybe find another full body stretch here, just noticing how you feel different than when you started today. And draw one leg in and then the other. Rock a bit before settling to one side or the other. And use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seated position, sitting tall and comfortably when you arrive. Let the palms just settle and close down the eyes or gaze gently forward. And take a deep, full breath again through your heart space into the pit of your belly. Fill up. And exhale, just let that go. Another deep, full inhale, filling up with all the goodness of your practice. Exhale, let that go. Thank you so much for showing up in this space for one another and for yourself today. The light within me recognizes and honors the light within each of you.